You know what? Basketball is basically a religion here in the Philippines, and it's no wonder why a lot of young talents are here today with us in our second conference. This is the Ndsl Basketball Series. And once again, we welcome you to the Met Park Sports Center in Pasay City. Of course, you can visit us here or you can watch us live in our Facebook and YouTube pages. Just search for Ndsl. Once again, this has been Cholo Pangilinan, Kyle Sanchez, and Daniel Laguardia at the sidelines. And this is our last game of the day. It's in the 19 and under division. It's between the Mapua Red Robins and the LPU Junior Pirates. So that's something to watch out for after a couple of matches. Watching, grown men play. It's now time to see what these young guns have in store for us. But for now, we'll be turning it over to Daniel Laguardia for a pre-game story.
Thank you so much, Cholo and Kyle. It's our last game for our first day, and we'll have two teams debuting and as new faces here in NDSL. Coming into this game, Coach Bagot Ipino of Lyceum Junior Pirates reminded the players that they're here with purpose, and that is to learn, improve, and build chemistry. With all Team A players, including 8 rookies, they are excited for the first preseason league. Meanwhile, for Mapua Red Robins, Coach Jeffrey Martin shared that they're just looking forward to applying whatever they practice in a new setting to test the capabilities of their players. Spending the past 3 months together as a new team, they are ready to stand their ground. It's the Junior Pirates versus the Red Robins. Here's Gio Cruz for the starters.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here inside the Met Park Sports Complex as we bring you Ndsl Basketball Series Second Conference. Liga ng Atletang Pilipino. We are now on our main game of 19 on the division featuring the LPU Junior Pirates and Mapua Red Robins. Now it's time to meet the starters for both teams, beginning with the LPU Junior Pirates. Starting guard number 7, Clifford Dagum. To guard number 13, Kian Panerio. At forward number 11, Lance Antes. At forward number 27, Jericho Abrantes. And at center number 41, Simon Mercado. Head coach of the Junior Pirates is Alvercana. And now let us meet the starters for Mapua Red Robins. Starting guard number 12, Kenneth Villavicencio. To guard number 7, Frederick Uy. At forward number 26, Anacito Tokto. Under forward number 75, John Scott. And at center number 88, Raymond Papabi. And coach is Jeff Martin.
Once again, this match is between the Mapua Red Robins and the LPU Junior Pirates. So we have yet another NCAA matchup in the juniors division. So let's see what shall happen. Again, quite a refreshing matchup after witnessing again, collegiate teams battle it out. Now we see young guns, this time on the hardwood. Let's see what they have in store for us. But right now, no baskets yet made. So it looks like LPU will have a chance, as both teams really stacked, having basically an army on their benches. Panerio.
Right. A lot of players on the bench for both teams.
A lot is an understatement. They have a pool of players.
That's right. You could field Team C for both of these schools. And that just goes to show the depth and the type of program that they have for both Lyceum and Mapua, of course.
Uy will fire a 3. Does not get the lucky bounce. Scott unable to put it back in. That's going to be 2 free throws for the big guy.
And chance to draw first blood here with a pair of free throws is Scott. Joe Scott. I used to have a teammate named Joe Scott. But I guess it's quite a common name for people of American heritage.
This one is good for Scott. First points of the game is at the free throw line. No field goal yet. Interesting form, the line. He goes 1 out of 2. Panerio this time. Up against Villavicencio. Oh, the steal by Villavicencio. Oh, good defense. Coming from Panerio, forcing the travel.
And he failed to let go of the ball. He could have gotten it back had he dropped the ball on the floor, but holding on to it. Oh, it's definitely a travel there. Easy call for our officials.
Well, meanwhile, no one was there. No one was there initially to pick up Mercado, but great defensive response from Mapua.
That's right. Almost falling asleep there were the Mapua Red Robins, but good transition defense. Would have been a knockout play for Lyceum, and good timing on that block.
They try from 3, that's too strong. So no field goal yet for both teams. As 2 minutes passing by our first chapter. The spin by Uy, outside dish. They try from deep. Won't work. And here comes the Junior Pirates. But they turn the ball over.
That's right. Dagum just hitting that ball off his leg there. Instead of passing it to an open teammate, decided to dribble through the defense.
Villavicencio with the right side. Doctor gets it to go.
The Red Robins with a 4-0 lead here. As Abrantes skies high for that layup.
And Villavicencio arguing that it was all ball. Take another look. Doctor, nothing but the bottom of the hoop for the first field goal of this game.
The Doctor is in for that three-pointer.
So Abrantes will be tested at the line. Again, still no points for his team. His first one is a miss. No points and no field goal yet. As his teammates are still standing at the bench. Second one incoming for Jericho Abrantes. 0 out of 2 to start for Jericho. Meanwhile, great intention. Just not the most accurate pass. As that'll be a miss from Uy. That pass was too strong. So goes back to Mapua after all.
Lyceum still scoreless here. Almost 3 minutes have transpired in our opening quarter. Lyceum now in a full court man-to-man, trying to force some turnovers or delay the offense of the Red Robins.
So 4-0 start for Mapua as 3 minutes has passed by in this first period. No good that time for Mapua. A chance for LPU to cut the drought. Still nothing. Dagom gets it back. He's on the floor. Abrantes will try from deep. Not that time. Out of bounds. Possession stays with the Junior Pirates.
There's a player on the floor for the Red Robins after trying to get that rebound. Not quite sure what happened, although he is holding on to his left ankle. Maybe stepped on someone's foot. Not sure, but it's a good sign that he's able to put weight on that foot, although he is walking gingerly back to the bench.
He's going to be substituted.
That is Parame, who is on the bench right now. Hopefully he gets to check back into this game.
Hortensio checking in the game for him. LPU also with some new faces as Pelayo knocks down the three, the first field goal of the Junior Pirates this game. So full court pressure coming from LPU in the first quarter alone. Hortensio, oh, great move inside, finding a gap on that defense.
And the Red Robins also applying some pressure in the backcourt. It forces a turnover as a result of it. And good deflection there and layup coming from Uy.
So this is high school basketball at its finest. Catalan, 6-point swing for Mapua. And no choice but for the Junior Pirates to call a timeout as they're trailing by 7 points under 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. We'll be back for more action. Go back to the action. Talk about turning on the clamps. Mapua just did that during the past 2 possessions. And of course, 6-point swing for them. As right now, they're up by 7 points. 10-3. Let's see how the Junior Pirates shall respond. The boys of Coach Jeff Martin really doing a good job. And now we turn it over to Daniel LaGuardia for a report.
With the young guns of Lyceum and the 19 under assistant coach Bagot Pino has shared that as they make their debut here at Ndsl, their deep bench and individual skills will hopefully bring them to great heights. This tournament is a mix of different teams and players. That is why they reminded the team that they may go against Team B or Team A or a mix. It shouldn't matter because as they aim to develop their team, they should only focus on their roles and what they should be doing to contribute towards a good result. Chola and Kyle?
Thank you very much, Daniel, and that's a great mindset to have. If you're any team here actually in the NDSL, you know, you could be facing Team A one day and then the next conference you could be facing Team B. You never know who you're up against, so definitely you should always bring out your A game or at least try your best to.
Of course, you can't be selective about when you want to exert a certain amount of effort. You always have to give 100%. And as cliche as it sounds, that's the only way you should play your game and play every game like it's your last.
Meanwhile, Rivera will send it out. LPU trying to find an opening. Fabian, no good. They try to get it back, they do. No foul call. Possession stays with the Gray Shirts. Fabian goes left. Step through move. Basket and one. Beautiful footwork coming from the young gun. And a chance to make it a 3-point play. It was so nice we have to see it twice. Smooth maneuver coming from Fabian. Unable to make it a 3-point play nevertheless. Lead is trimmed down to 3 for Mapua. Uy to the corner. Hortensio back to Uy. Deep within the corners. Drives baseline, the reverse. Not that time though. On the other side, Rivera outside dish. Baseline drive. That shot is erased by Hortensio.
Substitution. 16 on the shot clock.
16 to shoot for the Junior Pirates. Outside it's Perea. Looking for an open teammate. Shot clock at 9. Inside. And Creus drawing the foul. So only a blocking foul. No free throws will be given to the Junior Pirates. Pelayo asking for it. And he gets it. He attacks with a crossover, lays it up and in. One-point game, still in favor of Mapua. Docto for three again. Won't connect. Tandang, mid-range jumper. Still won't fall. Rebound by Creyos. Oh, great find to Pelayo inside. Knocking down Sundiang. The attack by Creyos. No good for the big guy, gets it back. Still unable to put it in.
A little too deep underneath the basket was Creyos, but good use of his body to carve out space against the defense.
Orotencio finds his teammate. Cagayao, 2 points for him, backing down the post.
They're taking advantage of the shorter defender in Perea.
Oh no, foul call. Pelayo seems to have gotten hit on the face.
Holding on to his lip there.
Docto, too strong.
Has two consecutive misses now from three-point range for Docto. You don't want to fall in love too much with the outside shot. You have to find other ways to score if the outside shot is not falling for you.
Fabiano misfiring on that mid-range jumper, so possession will go back to Mapua as they're leading by only 3 points. Cagayao to Tandang. To the other side. They fired for three. They make it. And that's Sundiang making the shot from distance. But there's a foul just recently against Mapua.
And that's the last team foul for Mapua to give here in the first quarter.
They bring it down. Perea not wasting any time. Short on that pull-up jumper. Sundiang, rather Cagayao. Sundiang up top. At the wing, hands it off to Himoni. Back to Sundiang. Oh, that pass was too high for his cutting teammate.
He was expecting his teammate to be in the corner for an open three-pointer. Good idea, but Sundiang, but Himoni was cutting to the basket. Miscommunication there between the two Red Robins. Still a 6-point lead with a minute and 31 seconds remaining here in our opening quarter of our final game in our opening day here at the second conference of the NDSL.
So a new face for LPU. Actually, a lot of them being inserted right here. The likes of Barkin, Bo, and this guy, Turno rather.
There's got to be 2 free throws now for the Junior Pirates.
So Barkin will be shooting 2 freebies, yes. It looks like they weren't aware of their foul situations. Again, something that the young guns will have to develop over the years. You cannot play with, 100% aggressiveness all the time.
Oh yes, you have to be careful with your fouls. You can't just be recklessly slapping at the ball. Just because you see it doesn't mean you're going to be able to reach it.
Greatly said. As we have a 15-9 score, the Robins up by a 6 points rather. Rotencio hands it off to Himoni. Fadeaway 3, and he gets fouled. Turno invading the cylinder of his opponent.
Well, not a good foul there by Turno, getting too close for comfort. You have to allow the jump shooter enough space.
First one is no good for Gimoni. As we have under a minute remaining in Chapter 1. So far, they do have a 6-point lead. So 2 freebies missed. The last free throw incoming for Gimoni. So 0 out of 3 on that trip. So apparently that was what considered a smart foul on the side of LPU. So Bo brings it down. Bo almost losing it, having a hard time against Tandang. Bo sends it out. Rivera for 3. No good. And Cagayao travels without a visa.
Cagayao should have given that ball up a bit earlier. And seeing as he had teammates way ahead of him, could have been an easy basket, seeing as the Mapua had the numbers in that transition play.
Turno, one-hander, off to the left. Reyes limping. Hopefully he's all okay. As he continues to run down the floor. Cagayao almost loses it. The possession goes to the LPU Junior Pirates. Turno.
Last shot time now for Lyceum. Oh,
Cagayao with a steal, finishes with the right hand on that left side. Abrantes. No good, won't connect, and that'll do for our first quarter. 17-9. 8-point lead for the Mapua Red Robins. Great start against their fellow NCAA team. And we'll be back for more action. Once again, this is the Ndsl Basketball Series. We go back to the action. Again, great start for the Mapua Red Robins, as it's a 17-9 score in favor of them, but still very early in this game. For sure, the LPU Junior Pirates will not back down from the fight. I mean, if you're familiar with high school basketball here in the Philippines, no one will back down from a fight.
most definitely.
I mean, you know, there was one point in time where in high school basketball, being down by 50 points was, what, normalized?
Oh, yes. We've had a number of those in our history here. And I've witnessed some personally. I've been on the receiving end of some as well, unfortunately.
So again, that says something. I mean, if it was in other countries, that's going to be a big deal. But here, just another day in the office for high school ballers. As that's two misses from LPU, but they get another chance. Bo, the spin. Perhaps spin the wrong way and then committed an offensive foul.
Bo, we found out, is the nephew of Mark Barroca, of course, one of the smartest point guards in Philippine basketball history, an FEU legend. Watching, that's why he's here. We asked earlier what he's doing here in the venue. Apparently, he's watching his nephew, Bo, who just committed that turnover.
And a while ago, we said that It was only a rumor that LA Tenorio is the new head coach of the Magnolia Hotshots, but now it's confirmed.
Oh yes, that's what we've heard as well. And congratulations to LA Tenorio for getting that head coaching position. I'm sure he's going to do a great job as he's been doing so far in other leagues.
I mean, it was just a week ago he hit a big-time three-point shot in the PBA Finals. Now he's a head coach all of a sudden. Talk about, well, first and foremost, longevity and versatility.
That's right, and now it looks like he's finally completing that transition after his playing career is done. Looks like he will be manning the sidelines. What a career it's been and what a career it continues to be for Luis Alfred Tenorio.
The government name.
Yes.
Or Teniente, the general. But right now, we turn it over to Daniel Laguardia for a report.
The Mapua Red Robins are big on opportunities. Traveling the Philippines, they gave players from Dumaguete, Jensan, Davao, Bacolod, and Cebu opportunities to reach for their dreams. With a lot of potential and added hard work, he knows these players will be stars, and he aims to hone them in a developmental such as the NDSL. As a former Red Robin from the two-time champion team in 1998 to 2000, Coach Jeffrey Martin has internalized the saying, never say die to himself and his players. With the current lead they have, they are not going to be complacent. This will just make them double their efforts. Cholo and Kyle.
Thank you very much, Daniel, for that report. As it has been quite a slow second quarter so far. The score is still 17-9.
I guess I will have to officially change my government name to Kyle.
I mean, it is our sixth game of the day, and it's quite hot here.
Oh yes.
So I don't blame Daniel for making mistakes. I mean, I committed some mistakes.
Actually, I fell asleep earlier.
But right now, it's hard to, fall asleep with the kind of action that has been presented to us, in front of us, rather.
All right, both high-octane teams here, run and gun, and a lot of pressure defense being displayed by both the Junior Pirates and the Red Robins.
The reverse lane is no good. Mapua getting a hold of it. Catalan now. As lead is down to 7 points. Catalan to Scott up top. Hands it off. Luneta. Parami now. Shot clock down to 4 seconds. Luneta again asking for a pick. They need to put a shot up.
Well, good defense there, obviously, by the Red Robins. Oh, by the Junior Pirates, rather. Forcing that 24-second shot clock violation.
So it's 17-13. Almost 3 minutes passing by our Chapter 2. LPU with another chance to make something happen. Bo has it. Bo outside Hish. They try from deep. Oh, that's way off.
There have been some good looks on the part of Lyceum. But still, they're stuck at 10 points. Almost at the halfway mark of the second quarter. They need to be able to find ways to put that ball in the basket. Otherwise, they'll go down double digits here to the Red Robins.
Parame outside to Villavicencio to the right side. Docto thought about the three. Will attack instead. To the corner. Bailout pass. Villavicencio keeps it alive. Shot clock at 5. Scott. Not the best way to get a bucket, but they'll get it anyway.
That's right. So that was almost a turnover for them. But they made something out of nothing that time. Scott finishing the play.
19-10. Bo using that Abrantes pick. Outside it's Barkin. And some activity inside the paint. Off ball.
His first personal foul, bring along the board Robins. Substitution, Aiden Bennett for the Junior Pirates. 14 on the score.
So Peña checks in the game. for the Junior Pirates. Abrantes now outside. Barkin way off. Mapua now with the possession. Patino. This time Orencio. Looking for an open teammate. Finds Villavicencio. Shot clock down to 8 seconds. Parame. Not that time though. And this time it's Nodalo. He will attack. He will use that right hand. Doctor stepping on the brakes. Villavicencio way outside. Lead is at 7 for Mapua. Parame to Villavicencio to the left. Patino for 3. Won't connect. Rebound Nodalo. Forward pass. Pinpoint passing. Abrantes finishing. Timeout called by Coach Jeff Martin as they're only up by 5 points, 19-14. We'll be back for more. Another look on that last sequence. Oh, first, that right hand finish coming from James Nodalo. And that second one where Nodalo was the one who located the open Jericho Abrantes at the break. That's a 4-point swing for them. And more importantly, lead is cut down to 5 for Mapua. Villavicencio brings it down. Peña really pressuring him. Shot clock at 15. Villavicencio still with the basketball. He finds Uy at the left spot. Uy crossing over. Out of bounds, and they force a turnover. So Peña will direct the offense for the Junior Pirates. But he turns the ball over. That's great perimeter defense coming from the backcourt of Mapua. 40 to shoot for the Red Robins in this possession. Docto against Nodalo. Orbista. Now Uy again. The left side of the arc, now on top. And that's a violation on him. Another turnover. As it's back with the Junior Pirates. LPU now heavily guarded, and this losing the leather. In transition, Mapua completes a fast break play. That's Gimoni scoring in transition, resulting to a 7-point lead. 21-14 under 4 minutes remaining in our second chapter. And we'll be back for more. We go back to the action. Again, 21-14. 7-point lead for the Mapua Red Robins. Still a close one. And right now, LPU with a chance to trim down the lead. High pass. Alley-oop play completed. That was Cruz from Abrantes. As Villavicencio is heavily pressured by Abrantes. Shot clock at 12. At the left spot, it's Kimoni. Orbista will try. Overcooks the shot, and here comes Abrantes. Forward pass to Cruz. 2 more points. 2 baskets in a row for the big guy.
And what a way for him to get that basket, running the length of the floor, finishing the break.
Parame. That was a great move, just traveled on his way to the cup. (21-18), a single possession game only. A 3-point deficit being faced by the Junior Pirates. And what a turn of events. 7-point lead now just down to 3 points. Again, these high school players are not running out of gas. And can I just say, what a coaching staff for the LPU Junior Pirates. You know, they have first 5 and a 6th man.
Oh, that's right. A lot of playing and coaching experience on the sideline. The Junior Pirates there. A wealth of information for these young men to learn from.
So Peña will trigger the inbound from the sideline. Peña to the right side. Cruz. The possession stays with LPU. As we have over 2 minutes remaining in our first half. So 14 to shoot for LPU. Peña again outside. Andes up top to the right side. The attack by Abrantes drops it to Cruz. Not that time. And he was able to get the offensive board, just couldn't put it back in. Nevertheless, 2 free throws coming up for the big guy.
Not a good foul there by Gimini. Slapping down at Guerreros. That was an obvious foul.
2 free throws for Steven Cruz.
First one is no good for perhaps the premier big man of this LPU Junior Pirate squad. Second one on its way for Cruz. (21-18). Mapua a chance to make this 2 possessions. And they circulate the basketball around, looking for the best shot possible, as they have 6 to shoot. And that time, good defense coming from Andes.
Nothing really going on there for the offense of the Red Robins.
Timeout called by Coach Jeff Martin, as we'll be back for more action. Back to the action here, 21-18. The Red Robins up by 3 points. As we have over a minute remaining in our first half. Villavicencio to the right corner, Docto for 3. Rolls out of the rim, rebound by Cruz.
After hitting that three-pointer early in the first quarter, he's gone cold from the field. Talking about Docto, as that is a turnover for the Pirates, Junior Pirates. This has been a low-scoring second quarter here, 21-18, as Coach Alvergara asks for an official review.
So our officials will take a look on what happened as we have a coach's challenge coming from LPU. Unfortunately, our monitor to be used for the challenge has been damaged.
No, we will have to wait as they buy one from the SM Mall of Asia. We will be here until 9 p.m.
I hope that's as easy as it's said. Our officials going all the way back to the prod room just to take a look at what happened. So challenge successful apparently. Oh, wait a minute. No, unsuccessful.
The ball does seem to go back to the Red Robins.
So yes, apologies. It was unsuccessful. Again, 21-18. Nothing too crazy here. Only a 3-point lead. Villavicencio is swinging around. Mid-range jumper is good.
A good ball movement around the perimeter for the Red Robins.
It was Parame hitting the shot from that right short corner.
That's an 8-second violation here for the Junior Pirates. Back-to-back turnovers as Modalo had no one to pass to, but at the same time, he shouldn't have picked up his dribble in the backcourt.
Great press defense coming from Mapua as we have under 40 seconds remaining. 5-point lead for the Red Robins. 2-possession game. Villavicencio, tough shot. Not that time. Abrantes. Another accurate pass. Nodalo, though, will go outside. 2-second difference between the shot and game clock. Cruz backing down his opponent. He gets blocked by Parame. It's down to 8 seconds. Oh, they lose it again. LPU now with a chance. 1 second remaining. Nodalo. And that's a wrap for our first half. 23-18. 5-point gap in favor of the Mapua Red Robins. We take out our move of the game. That was Cagaya with a spin move, backing down his much smaller opponent in Perea. A lot of action going inside for Mapua. A reason why they have a 5-point lead now. And that is once again our move of the game. And we'll be back for the start of the second half. Once again, this is the Ndsl Basketball Series.
and we are at the halftime in the game between the LPU Junior Pirates and the Mapua Red Ribbons. I have a special guest with me, Mark Barroca from Magnolia Chicken Templados, Hot Shots, a 6-time PBA champion, 2-time PBA Finals MVP, and of course a 9-time PBA All-Star among all of his achievements. So of course, as a very accomplished player, how does it feel, or I mean, how big of an opportunity is this, especially for players aspiring to, play professionally such as you?
Siyempre, sobrang malaking bagay sa kanila to kasi since I was in college, di ba? So there's a parang off-season. So malaking bagay to, especially yung time namin na sa Team B kami. So malaking bagay exposure kasi nga the experience na makukuha mo dito is the big impact sa achievement mo kasi nga once na naglaro ka dito, hindi naman yung pina-practice mo lalabas sa game. So that's why it's a big factor talaga na nakapaglaro sila dito.
Of course, we really can't see how well this will turn out for these players. And of course, you're very well known, very accomplished. So what could you say, or what advice could you give to players that would aspire to be a PBA player, a professional player just like you?
I always said naman sa mga players na beside me nakikita ko, they ask me for advice nga as a basketball player. Siyempre, first, give thanks always to God na lahat ng ginagawa mo. And then second is like sacrifice and yung character mo sa game. So how you bounce back every time you lost, every time you win, you stay humble. So that's why yun naman ginagawa ko. That's why my career siguro naging successful.
And I bet all of these players are really happy to see you here in the court right now. Of course, I hope you could also invite everybody watching to, come and visit us here in the NDSL.
Let's support this NBSL. Laging supportahan po natin kasi this is once in a lifetime opportunity sa mga kids na naglaro, especially sa mga hindi pa nakikita natin. Siyempre, nilive nila to. So, malay natin yung mga nakikita nyo rito. In the future, they can make to PBA, natin NBA, di ba? Hindi natin alam. We don't know what happened, di ba, in the future. So let's support this league and God bless.
Thank you so much for giving us your time and of course your presence here. The game will be right back.
And at the half, it's 23-18. 5-point gap in favor of the Mapua Red Robins. And again, what a game it has been. Intensity-wise, it's more than sufficient, of course. What do we expect in a high school basketball game? The energy is going to be off the charts for sure. The gas will not run out. The gas will not stop. But right now, Mapua seem to be the more polished team, if I may say so, compared to LPU, who, found a couple of chances, but, it was off the system, unlike Mapua's very systematic approach, at least during that first half. So let's see if that shall be the case for our next half, or, will the tables turn, or, someone will step up, because actually for both teams, no one really stood out. Both teams really just displayed great team basketball.
That's right. That's why this game is as close as it is heading into the third quarter. The Red Robins holding on to a slim 5-point lead. Low scoring affair here, 23-18.
So here we go, the start of the third quarter, belonging to the Mapua Red Robins. Let's see what they have in mind. Again, seem to be the more polished team during that first half. But let's see if they can continue their systematic approach. And they do. Catalan finding an opening.
And immediately applying pressure in the backcourt are the Red Robins. As Lyceum with a good press break here. And a foul. So a trip to the free throw line is coming up.
Almost but not quite for Jericho Abrantes. Again, that was a good fake as he faked his opponent out of his shoes, but just couldn't finish. Nevertheless, 2 freebies coming up for Jericho. Not the best free throw shooting game for LPU. First one is no good for Abrantes. And again, I believe the biggest name so far that, made a name for himself in the LPU Juniors team, if I'm not mistaken, Matthew Rubico. I think that's the most prominent, at least for now.
Oh yes, someone who came from the high school program, of course, transferring back to the NCAA. And also another product who started in high school and finished his college career, might not be as much of a household name, is Maclod Guadagna.
Oh yeah. So right now, Cruz getting called for the foul.
Foul number 3, Stephen Cruz is first.
So no free throws.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
As Cagaya will be the one on the receiving end of that foul. Uy will be the one to trigger from the baseline. They're up by 8 points. A chance to make it double digits with any kind of bucket. As Negado setting up a play for the Red Robins. He attacks Abrantes to the right, switches to the left, but runs out of time. (26-18). Still an 8-point lead handled by the Red Robins. LPU just swinging the ball around. Cruz trying to find an open guy. Calayo up top. And he gets fouled by Negado.
That's the second team foul now for the Red Robins here in the third quarter.
2 on the board, Red Robins. 14 on the shot clock.
For a majority of this game, the Red Robins have been playing man-to-man defense, which has worked well for them because they have the quickness, the foot speed to stay in front of their man. It's a guard-heavy lineup right now on the floor for Mapua.
They're leading this game despite, again, not really having that main guy to depend on in terms of offense. Just overall great team play.
Well, that's right. Everyone, for the most part, has chipped in a few points here and there.
Meanwhile, Pelayo hesitated initially. Tried to hit the 3, way short. Possession will stay with LPU. And on the contrary, I think that's what LPU lacks, at least so far. That one guy who will, really start the spark in the offense for the Junior Pirates. Fabian on top. Pelayo, this time, they swing it around to the corner. No good from Perea. Last touch on Catalan, so possession will remain with LPU.
Substitution. Jones returns to the home game together with Christian Tandon. 14 on the shot clock.
26-18. Under 7 minutes remaining. Perea up top. Almost a steal. Dagum recovers to the left side. Pelayo drives inside. Uses his weight and scores mid-range. Cagayo. Nowhere to go. Up top, it's Scott. Another handoff to Catalan. Shot clock down to 8 seconds. Catalan will attack. Try to drop it to Scott. It's still with him, but will lose it immediately to Perea. Oh, great find from Perea to the cutting Dagum. That's what you like to see. Good defense in transition coming from the Junior Pirates. Dagum to Cruz outside. Hands it off to Fabian. Pelayo will try from deep. Bingo!
That forces Mapua to call a timeout. It's only a 1-point lead here.
And a while ago, we've been looking for that one guy to really start the spark for LPU. Say no more, Lamarcos Pelayo. 2-3 so far in this quarter alone, and we'll be back after a short break. We go back to the action. Just like that, it's 26-25. Only a 1-point gap. Still in favor of the Red Robins, but a while ago that was 8 points. Right now, only 1 point. And so far, Lamarcos Pelayo has been that guy for LPU. Great defense coming from Dagum as he nabs the steal. Fabian for 3. No good. Rebound by Docto. And Mapua still searching for that main guy to depend on whenever the offense is going nowhere. Docto will try. After making 1-3 in that first period, it has been a difficult outing for him so far. As Parame gets called for a basket interference. But that's 2 more points for the Junior Pirates, which gives them the lead.
And they've slowly turned things around here in the second quarter. And that's mainly been because of their defense.
Meanwhile, Docto is way outside. Hasn't been making his shots recently. Catalan trying to get free. Scott instead will try. And finally, Mapua hits a 3 and reclaims the lead.
Well, I see him playing good defense there for around 22 seconds, but Scott finding a way to knock it down as the shot clock was winding down. That 3-pointer gives them back the lead, and 2 traveling violations back-to-back committed by these young players. And you expect some of them at their age to commit these errors.
29-27. The Red Robins, again after that 3-pointer from Scott, are up by 2. Under 4 minutes remaining. Fabian further to the corner. Pelayo attacks baseline. So it's apparently a turnover. Oh, wait a minute, not a turnover, but he draws the foul against Scott.
That's a 13 foul now for the Red Robins.
Outside to Fabian. Right side, Pelayo for 3. Not that time for the big man. Or the forward, rather. Villavicencio.
That's gonna be a foul on Perea.
Substitution.
29-27.
Substitution, Tokyo Misa coming in for the Red Robins. 14 on the shot clock.
They have another chance as they have 14 seconds to shoot in this one. Fabiana will be the one to bother the inbound. Parame hands it off to Villa Vicencio. Mid-range jumper won't work for them. Oh, Parame finding it out of nowhere and then putting it back in.
Credit Scott as well for keeping that ball alive. And Parame just finishing off the play with a floater.
Pelayo, 2 more points for him. So far, a great outing. As Parame attacks, sends it inside. Scott answering back with his own short stab.
The 2 big men of the Red Robins conspiring to get the last 2 baskets. As that is going to be another turnover here for the Junior Pirates.
So it's a 4-point game. The Red Robins still on top. But so far, LPU really finding their groove, finding their footing. Let's see if they can be consistent with it. On the other side, Fabian, or rather that's Andes, scoring at the break, so lead is cut down to 2 points.
Substitution.
33-31, as we have over 2 minutes remaining in our third period. So a shuffle of players for both squads, respective coaches experimenting with their lineups. While it's still possible, of course, only a 2-point game. Pereira and Villa Vicencio really just chipping down on each other. It's so refreshing to see youngsters, play like grown men. As Scott will hand it off. Shot clock down to 9. Gimoni outside again. Docto asks for a pick. He has to shoot it. Parame gets denied. Spectacular defense from LPU.
Barquin with great timing on that block. It's risky to challenge a jump shooter like that, but he used his length to not only bother the shot, but deflect the ball. But Bo short on that corner 3-pointer.
Perhaps not the best shot for Bo and his team that time. Nevertheless, Villa Vicencio will bring it down. Villa Vicencio looking for options. Fumbles the shot. On the other side though, basket and one. De La Cruz in transition, flipping it up. And I guess fate was just on his side.
Right over the outstretched arms of Joe Scott, who was trying to spike that ball.
So a chance to make it a 3-point play for De La Cruz. And more importantly, to take the lead. But not that time though. A deadlock at 33. And let's see where this all boils down. Gimoni inside to Parame. Didn't know what he wanted to do. Getting called for the travel.
A lot of traveling violations here, especially in the third quarter. These players have to get used to these calls. Our referees have been consistent with that call here today.
And again, that's the usual trait of youngsters, young players. They're too aggressive, They want to do their thing so bad they forget the basics.
Of course, it can be, they can get excited, they can get over-eager, and once they see an opening in the defense, try to attack it right away. Sometimes they commit these little mental lapses that could cost their team the possession.
Indeed. Again, hopefully they'll learn their lesson in this fourth quarter as This is a pretty close game. You know, you cannot afford mistakes like those. As Perea will bring it down. De La Cruz attacks inside to Barkin. He gets denied. And Villavicencio, though, steps out of bounds.
And good defense there by Bo, giving a slight nudge to Villavicencio. Could have gotten away with a foul, but nevertheless, the ball will go back to the Junior Pirates with a chance to take the lead before the end of the third quarter.
11 seconds remaining. Shot clock is off. De La Cruz trying to cook. But he's pushed. Villavicencio, I believe, the one called for that one.
And not a smart foul there from Villavicencio. They are already in the penalty, talking about the Red Robins, so that will be 2 free throws now for De La Cruz.
After missing his bonus freebie a while ago after his end one, a chance to give his team again the lead, this time with 2 free throws. First one is money for De La Cruz, as we have 5.2 seconds remaining in our third chapter. Perhaps one final shot for the Red Robins. In and out. Oh, Barkin gets it back. Out of bounds. And that'll do it for our third quarter. Our score so far is 34-33. Only a 1-point lead in favor of the LPU Junior Pirates. And still a close one. No clear-cut winner just yet. And if you want to know, make sure to stay tuned to our fourth quarter. We'll be back for more action. Back to the action here, 34-33 again. The LPU Junior Pirates holding on to a 1-point lead after that single free throw coming from De La Cruz. So still a close game. Again, no clear-cut winner just yet. And if you want to find out who will get the victory, then you better stay tuned for our final game in our opening day here of the second conference of the Ndsl basketball series. And so far, you know, Mapua has been fighting a good fight, but I think one of the advantages of LPU is that, you know, they have that one guy who can perhaps control the offense if he wants to. Unlike Mapua sometimes, you know, they tend to overplay the basketball or overpass the basketball.
And Lyceum started slow here in the first quarter. But because of their defense, they were able to force some turnovers, which they capitalized on, and now they're enjoying a 1-point lead as we start the fourth and final quarter of our final game in our opening day.
And may I just say, you know, interesting jersey design for the Red Robins. Meanwhile, 3-point shot knocked down by De La Cruz. So a while ago, he was the one who gave his squad the lead. And he was also the one right now to just extend it to 2 possessions.
And that's another unforced turnover for the Red Robins.
But that's gonna hurt. After giving up a 3-pointer, you turn the ball over. Bo goes right. He attacks. Tried to finish at the left side, but gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up for number 33. Another look. So Docto checks in the game once again for Mapua. But again, after that one made 3-pointer during that first period, he was already ice cold. Hopefully he can bounce back. I mean, this is the most important time of all, the fourth and final period, as Bo will go 1 out of 2. Tandang losing the basketball. Bo and nabs a steal. Oh, not the best pass for Bo. Could have just kept it simple. As Docto makes the same mistake Bo did. Barkin, no defender in sight.
Docto could have taken that shot himself. Not sure why he decided to pass it off at the last second. Of course, his teammate was not expecting that.
Mapua. Cagayao. No good on that three-point attempt.
Follow number 26, Ndsl Bogdo, his second personal foul. Substitution. On the shot clock.
Planning to shoot for them. Outside it's Perea. Correction, it's Panerio. The attack. Oh, beautiful play. Great coordination showcased by these Lyceum boys.
And just like that, it's a 9-point lead already for the Junior Pirates. It was a close game all throughout. And it seems as though Mapua has gone cold from the field. And as you mentioned earlier, Cho, without the presence of a go-to guy, some of their players have been hesitant to take those shots, and some have been forcing some shots here and there, which has led to this stagnation in their offense.
Indeed. Again, that focal point of the offense, if I may say so, has been absent for Apua. I mean, the likes of Docto have green lights to shoot, but so far nothing coming out of him. And a while ago, it was LPU who trailed by 8. Right now, they're the ones up by 9. Rivera. He got denied. Catalan against Panerio. Inside, Parame.
It was a little too deep underneath the basket, and what hurts more is that the ball bounced off of him, which will give the possession back to the Junior Pirates.
9-point lead again. Panerio losing Luneta on that sequence. The pick from Pelayo. Staggered screen from LPU. But Rivera getting called for a traveling violation.
Stephen Cruz, your boy saying, Roger Bucket. Austin Samyoung, your boy saying, Yojo Tatsu.
(42-33).
Lyceum in a 2-2-1 half-court press. And that was a rushed shot for the Red Robins.
Panerio this time. The pick from Pelayo. Another staggered screen play for LPU. De La Cruz tried to free himself. Cruz outside again. Pelayo for 3. No good for LaMarcus Pelayo. Inside, he had nowhere to go. A good defense from LPU. Even better defense during that shot. Oh, De La Cruz zigging and zagging on his way to the cup.
Well, that might be the move of the game so far. De La Cruz with that beautiful side step, freezing the defense. Lyceum still in a 2-2-1 here.
Catalan inside, bothered by Cruz. They try to save it, but they were too late. Looks like possession will stay with LPU after all.
13 seconds.
Another look. Again, De La Cruz just evading his defender in fashion. Another badly missed shot for Mapua as Rivera gets blocked on the other side. Although Mapua will have to generate some offense, it can't be defense forever. Docto, corner. Bad shooting game for him.
They're playing to the tempo, which favors Lyceum, this fast-paced style. And that's precisely why Lyceum was in a press, trying to rush the offense of Mapua, and they've been falling into that trap.
Out of bounds, possession will stay with the LPU Junior Pirates, but they only have 4 seconds to shoot. Let's see what they have in mind. That was intended for Cruz inside. So Panerio with another chance.
4 seconds to shoot.
Turno, contested 3, way off. Shot clock violation called on the Junior Pirates. So a chance to answer back. If you're Mapua, they're trailing by double digits, 11 points to be exact. Docto finds the cutting teammate. Pudilia forced the issue. At that time, possession goes to the side of LPU. Under 4 minutes remaining, still a lot of time for Mapua to do something big. But then again, time is slowly running out. Especially if they cannot defend the way LPU is playing. Cruz inside. He gets the bucket. Latest balloon to 13. 46 to 33. Under 4 minutes remaining. Timeout called here by the Mapua Red Robins. As we'll be back for more action. We go back to the action. 13-point lead now in favor of LPU after that shot previously after the timeout or before the timeout. And Mapua really having a difficult time again. They have failed to find that one guy they could go to when the offense not going anywhere.
And again, good perimeter defense here by the Junior Pirates. Only 4 seconds left on the shot clock of the Red Robins.
Docto. Not the best shot during that sequence. Meanwhile, Rivera good on the reverse despite the traffic.
And what was once a close game is now a 15-point advantage for the boys wearing gray, and that's another turnover for Mapua.
What a time to come alive for the Junior Pirates. Just when we're nearing the twilight zone of this game. They have a comfortable 15-point lead. And if you're Mapua, again, you've led the whole game, for at least almost the whole game, except for now. And that's going to be very discouraging, but that's a challenge whenever you're a young player, you're a young gun. You really have to focus on the here and now. Staggered screenplay again for LPU. This has worked wonders for them. Rivera taking it to the cup.
Foul number 7. Frederick Wu. That's his first personal foul. 2 vetoes for King Rivera.
So Rivera will be tested at the line. It was a good drive by him a while ago, but just couldn't finish, as his first freebie is no good. Although again, they are up by 15. So perhaps they could afford some misses. As he goes 0 out of 2, Cruz. Oh, you gotta love the hustle from the big man. And great leaping ability considering his size, by the way.
That's correct. He's very nimble on his feet.
And Lamarcos Pelayo again, we've talked about him. We identified him as someone who could lead the offense. And so far he has been that guy for LPU.
That was a good cut by Lamarcos Pelayo, seeing as there was an opening in the middle of the lane. All he had to do was get open, and his teammates trust him to make that basket. And it's almost an 18-point lead, or 17-point lead for the Junior Pirates.
Much needed shot coming from Mapua. That's Ashley Sundiang knocking down that long 2. So not a 3 apparently. And now we enter the last 2 minutes of this game. But it's a 15-point lead, so Mapua still has a mountain to climb for the next 1 minute and 45 seconds. Ooh, quick fire. That was out of pressure for sure. Good thing they get it back. But they step out of bounds. And not to mention the energy of that LPU bench. It's off the charts.
And speaking of energy, if you look at the body language of the players on Mapua's bench, you could tell that right now they look defeated already, even though we still have 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining.
Cruz, no good for the big man, but that was a great attempt nevertheless. Time is in the favor of LPU. They can just defend properly here without fouling. Sundiang won't fall. And slowly but surely, the Junior Pirates of Cavite finding the light at the end of the tunnel.
And this game is over. We're just waiting for the final score, and that will be an 8-second violation on Banerio. But nevertheless, with 52.4 seconds remaining in a 15-point deficit, how likely is it that the Mapua Red Robins are going to score 15 points or more and hold Lyceum scoreless? Pretty unlikely, if you ask me.
So just less than a minute remaining. Indeed, we're just waiting for the score, but at this point, we're just waiting for the final score. As Pelayo erases that shot. That's what you love to see again. Despite having this kind of lead, you still see these boys hustling for the basketball. If you're the coaches of LPU, you gotta be happy with the result and with the attitude of your players. So 3 seconds to shoot for Mapua. So just 35 seconds remaining. LPU could just eat the time off right here. But Mapua still showing that grittiness. And I mean, they should.
But of course, you still want to play until the final buzzer.
Indeed. As Pelayo, can afford to take those kinds of shots,
And we're just waiting for the final score here as Uy attempts another three-pointer and knocks it off the glass. Bank is still open at 6 o'clock. Almost 7 o'clock, actually. And that's going to be it.
We'll take a look at the move of the game after this game. Of course, 50-38, a W for the LPU Junior Pirates. And a while ago, that beautiful evasion coming from De La Cruz, just finding a gap on that defense. Just too quick as again he gets that move of the game honors. And that is our final score, 50-38. And our player of the game, again, we've mentioned this guy. He has the size, he has the shooting, you know, he has the athleticism. It is no other than Lamarcus Pelayo, the all-around forward of this LPU Junior Pirate squad. And I'm sure the sky is the limit for someone like him. And with the attitude, of course, he has, and his teammates playing hard until the end of the game. You know, definitely, again, just like what I said, sky is the limit for this kid as we turn it over to our courtside reporter, Daniel Laguardia.
Thank you so much, Cholo and Kyle. Of course, that was an intense game between these two teams. So, Lamarcus, congratulations for that amazing performance and how you guys bounced back. Of course, there was a bit of a struggle for you and your team, especially up until the third quarter. So, what were the challenges that you guys had to overcome, you know, to get this win?
Hindi po kami makabutos ng opensa tapos masyado nag-relax ka po kami sa depensa yon. At yung nitong second na po ay bumawi na po kami ngayon sa defense offense. Kasama na rin po yung intensity.
Of course, we really saw the intensity, but what else did you guys, you know, adjust or change, especially in the fourth quarter, to get this big of a lead?
In-adjust lang po namin yung body language po namin na ano po sa depensa. Para ano po, sinunod po namin yung mga coaches sa mga sinasabi po nila. Kaya din po namin nakuha itong panalo na to.
Of course, for your first win, would you like to greet or thank anyone?
Thank you. Salamat nyo po pala sa mga sumuporta sa akin. At sumasalo na po sa girlfriend ko at sa family ko, lola ko, mama ko, at mga tita ko po. Yun lang po.
Thank you so much and congratulations, of course, to you and the LPU Junior Pirates. Let's get back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Daniel. And, you know, sometimes it's as simple as body language or changing your body language. That is once again our best player of the game, Lamarcus Pelayo. Big time congratulations to the LPU Junior Pirates for their first win in the NDSL Basketball Series Second Conference. And that's a wrap for this opening day. And we would like to thank everybody who, of course, tuned in, whether live or in our Facebook and a YouTube channel. Of course, don't forget to follow our social media pages for the latest updates on our league. For my partner, Kyle Sanchez, our CSR, Daniel Laguardia, my name is Cholo Pangilinan, saying good night from the Met Park Sports Center here in Pasay City. Once again, this is the second conference of the 2025 NDSL Basketball Series.